Hello everyone, today is Sunday the 29th of March 2020 and I'm back with another coronavirus video. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you finish the video, okay? Alright, today, first of all, there are 665,988 confirmed cases of coronavirus worldwide as of recording this right now. 30,935 deaths. The numbers are going up so quickly, it's hard to understand why everyone's talking about the peak. The peak. It's gonna peak at this time. It's gonna peak. I keep on hearing about the peak. Why is there a peak? Don't assume because a certain other country just decided to make up numbers out of their head that there's gonna be a peak everywhere, okay? Yesterday, the USA added 19,452 new cases and there were 525 new deaths. Spain added 7,516 new cases and there were 844 deaths in one day. Germany added 6,824 new cases and had 82 deaths. But we know what's going on in Germany. Italy, 5,974. I feel like Italy's starting to creep down on the list now, so maybe the lockdown really is starting to work. 5,974 new cases and 889 total deaths. So 10,000 deaths altogether in Italy from this. And the UK, just yesterday, was saying if we have less than 20,000 deaths, then that would indicate we've done a good job. Less than 20,000 deaths?
If we can keep deaths below 20,000, we will have done very well in this epidemic.
I find it quite amazing that even until now, other countries are just having 5,000 deaths, 6,000 deaths, 10,000 deaths. If we have less than 20,000 deaths, we've done a great job. All these really high numbers, and the elephant in the room is China, 1.4 billion people, only had 3,000 deaths. Let's just keep ignoring the elephant in the room. Anyway, today's video is just going to be a short one, I think. I think right now we're figuring out that there is a massive problem when it comes to manufacturing and globalization. Because when it comes to something like this, as we've experienced, the virus has affected pretty much everywhere on Earth. And now we're realizing that actually all the things that we need are focused in one place, China. So it's a bit of a problem. I know that these things don't happen very often, so it's a bit silly to kind of say, all right, well, everything needs to leave China and it needs to come back onshore. But I think for certain things, medical supplies, protective equipment of all kinds, whether it's for the general public or for the military, all these things, I feel like they should all be made onshore. Because if you have a disaster in your own country, fine, maybe you can buy from elsewhere. But when everywhere is having their own sort of disaster and everywhere has decided that they're not going to export anymore, if you can't make stuff by yourself, you're kind of stuck. I was looking on the news and it said that Elon Musk has saved the day. He's going to be the first one in America, the first manufacturer to help out and make the ventilators. And I was like, not bad. Where's the UK's Elon Musk? And then I was looking and then he said he's going to provide 1,000 of them, 1,000 ventilators by the end of the week or something like that. And then when I looked further into the story, oh, he didn't actually make them. He's bought them from China. So it's fine. They're going to get there and they're going to be used and it's fine because that's all the ventilators, I guess, in the world right now. They were all made in China, so whatever. Then I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, but it's just at a time of crisis to have to rely on another country, 100% rely on another country. You can't do anything for yourself. You're helpless. It's kind of a bit dangerous, isn't it? So what do you think about manufacturing? Do you think it should all be done onshore? I know people will say, oh yeah, but it will cost more. Well, you can just tax the cheaper ones, you know? If something is so cheap coming from China, then just tax it until it makes it kind of a level playing field with the homemade stuff. And then people, when they go to the shop, everything's that price. So you're not going to think, oh yeah, that one was cheaper because it's made in China. They're all the same price. The tax makes up the difference. And that'll also encourage businesses to start doing things on their own shores. I think it's fine, relying on China for manufacturing certain things like phones and stuff that, if the supply is low, then whatever. But medical supplies and protective equipment, I feel like every country should have their own supply chain to be able to make that by themselves. Got some great news from what I've seen on videos from America, and some of this is also happening in the UK as well. Restaurant owners are opening their doors and letting medical staff and support staff eat and drink for free, which I think is great because these people right now, these medical staff and the support staff, they're working such long hours. And I'm not saying you working long hours is a special thing because a lot of jobs, a lot of companies, people have to work long hours, but in this sort of danger, in this sort of time when people have, they don't have enough protective equipment, they're watching people die every day, and it's something where a lot of countries are losing control of. So I think we need to help these medical staff, because what else are you going to do to help? Giving money is fine, but if you have a business and it's something that the staff can use, like a cafe or a restaurant or something like that, let these people just come in, show their badge and eat and drink for free, because maybe tomorrow they're the ones that will need to save your life. So let's give a clap to the medical staff around the world. And at the same time, I hope I don't have to see any of you soon. I hope I'm not going to get infected. Yesterday I started having a bit of a dry cough, no joke. And sticking with the food thing, food security is another big thing. I've been in China throughout the whole of the outbreak in China, and there wasn't one moment, not even an afternoon, that we didn't have easy access to the supermarket. We could always go to the supermarket on foot, and we could always order from the supermarket on our phones. And the amazing thing is, when you order from the supermarket on your phone, it comes within an hour. It's like you have to make sure when you're ordering that for the next hour you are going to be available to collect, because it's anytime within an hour. Sometimes it's really fast. And throughout the outbreak, that's how it's been. So me and Hillary, we've been at home, we just order on the phone most of the time. At the beginning, I would still venture out to the supermarket, but after it started to get a bit more serious, I was like, don't want to go outside. So we've just been ordering on the phones, and it's been so fast, and we can get everything, including toilet paper. The only thing we couldn't buy were face masks, but luckily we had enough in the home since we weren't going out. And also one of my friends was kind enough to bring some back from Europe when he went back to Europe. So we have more than enough face masks. And everything else, the supermarkets have been absolutely fine. Not any problem whatsoever. Different story in Europe though. I got a message today from my brother saying that he went to the supermarket yesterday and it was a bit scary. I haven't got a reply yet, but I'm thinking it was crowded or something. And the reason that he went to the supermarket is because the delivery service said 3 to 4 week wait time. What? The UK's delivery service is that bad? I know people are going to say, well, the whole country's at home now and everyone's ordering on the phone and da-da-da-da-da-da, so they're blah, 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 of course it's going to be slow. Hey, I'm in Beijing. There's 21 million people living in Beijing. And like I just told you, we are able to order on the internet any time throughout the entire outbreak. And it will come within an hour, never over an hour. And you're talking about the UK. How big are the cities in the UK? The biggest one is London. That's like, what, 8 to 10 million people, depending on how you count it. Most cities don't have anywhere near 1 million people in the UK. And you're going to talk about 3 to 4 week wait time for a delivery on the supermarket website? There's no justification for that. I just don't understand how there are such big discrepancies between countries. Like, China's meant to be a poor developing country. I know it's got a lot of money in like the big cities, but as a country it's supposed to be a developing country, it's poor and whatever. But yet deliveries, like, I can buy stuff on the internet and it will come same day or next day, or even like, you know, within 2 or 3 days without any extra charges, without it being special. It's just fast. 3 to 4 weeks. When I saw that I was like, what? Couldn't believe it. And sticking with the food, today's video has just been about food, hasn't it? And maybe it's because I'm hungry. Anyway, there are quite a lot of videos now that are going around showing that in Italy there is a massive food security problem because people are on lockdown, and I'm not sure if that means that the supermarkets are closed, because I thought that on lockdown they could still go out to supermarkets. But the videos are suggesting that people can't get food, which is terrible. And it's showing, there was one video I saw, it was a man, and he was showing like his daughter, and she had some bread, and saying like in the next few days they won't have any bread and they're going to starve, and how there's going to be a revolution in Italy if the government's not careful. And then there's people going around the cities planning break-ins to the supermarkets because they can't get food. So I'm not sure of all the details in Italy, but food is, you know, you can tell people not to work and they haven't got money, but you can't tell people to stay inside and starve to death. And if it's 3 to 4 week waiting times for deliveries in the UK, then I guess the same thing is going to happen there too. People aren't just going to stay inside. Not everyone has a car. And if the public transport has been shut down, I don't know, man. There's going to be a massive problem there too if this lockdown is going on for 12 weeks. And there's like already, like this is only 1 week later, already 3 to 4 week waiting time for delivery from a supermarket. There's going to be massive problems in the UK as well if this is not looked into. Get more delivery drivers, get more delivery people. What is going on? Let me know the situation. If you're in the UK right now or anywhere in Europe and you're on lockdown, let me know what the situation is where you are, because I'm quite curious because when I got that message, that's from my brother, so 3 to 4 week waiting time. I can't even imagine seeing that message. You know, you just run out of food and you order on your phone, it says 3 to 4 weeks. Right, everyone, that's all for today. Sorry it's just been about food today, but that's probably because I'm thinking about food right now because I'm about to have my really late lunch. So yeah, I'm gonna go eat and hope you had a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe.